Mushrooms are fascinating organisms. They don't grow like the plants we know. They need specific conditions to thrive. Think of it like a dance, a delicate balance of elements. Too much or too little of one thing can disrupt the whole process. This is why understanding potential problems and their solutions is key to successful mushroom cultivation. Imagine a humid forest floor. This is where many mushrooms like to grow. They feed on decaying matter, and the environment is just right. As a cultivator, your job is to recreate those ideal conditions. This means proper humidity, temperature, light, and airflow. Don't be discouraged if you encounter problems. Even experienced growers face challenges. This guide will help you identify and address common issues, turning you into a confident mushroom cultivator. So you've embarked on the exciting journey of mushroom cultivation. It's a fascinating and rewarding hobby that connects you with nature in a unique way. You've carefully prepared your substrate, ensuring it's the perfect environment for your mushrooms to thrive. You've inoculated it with your chosen mushroom variety, whether it's shiitake, oyster, or another type. Now you eagerly await the emergence of those fascinating fungi. Watching the first pins appear can be incredibly exciting, a sign that your hard work is paying off. But what happens when things don't go according to plan? It's not uncommon to encounter a few bumps along the way. Like any living organism, mushrooms are susceptible to problems. These issues can be frustrating, but they are also part of the learning process. Don't worry, most issues are easily identifiable and solvable with the right knowledge. Educating yourself is the first step to becoming a successful mushroom grower. One of the most common problems is mold contamination. Mold can quickly take over your substrate if conditions aren't ideal. That unwelcome green, black, or even pink fuzz is a sure sign of trouble. Mold competes with your mushrooms for nutrients and can ruin your entire crop if not addressed promptly. Another common issue is poor fruiting. This can be particularly disheartening after weeks of anticipation. You've waited patiently, but your substrate seems to be producing little to no mushrooms. This could be due to a variety of factors, including improper humidity, temperature, or even the quality of your spores. Leggy mushrooms are another problem. These are characterized by long, thin stems, indicating a lack of proper light or ventilation. Proper lighting and ventilation are crucial for healthy mushroom growth. Without them, your mushrooms will stretch towards the light, resulting in weak, leggy stems. Slow mycelium growth is also a common concern for beginners. Mycelium is the vegetative part of the fungus, and its growth is a critical stage in mushroom cultivation. You might be eagerly checking your substrate daily, but see no signs of the white, thread-like mycelium spreading. Patience is key, but so is ensuring the right conditions for growth. Lastly, pests can be a nuisance. These tiny invaders can cause significant damage if not controlled. Fungus gnats, mites, and other tiny creatures are attracted to the humid environment of a mushroom grow, potentially harming your precious fungi. Regular monitoring and maintaining cleanliness can help keep these pests at bay. Mold is a mushroom grower's nemesis. It can appear out of nowhere and spread rapidly, causing significant damage to your mushroom cultivation efforts. It competes with your desired fungi for nutrients, moisture, and space, creating an environment where your mushrooms struggle to thrive. This competition can potentially ruin your entire crop, leading to a loss of time, effort, and resources. The good news is that mold is preventable and treatable with the right approach. By implementing effective strategies, you can keep mold at bay and ensure a healthy mushroom harvest. Prevention is always better than cure. Taking proactive steps can save you from the headache of dealing with mold outbreaks. Sterilization is your first line of defense. This crucial step involves eliminating any potential contaminants before they have a chance to take hold. This involves heating your substrate to a high temperature to kill off any existing mold spores. Proper sterilization ensures that your growing medium is free from harmful microorganisms. Equally important is maintaining a clean workspace. A tidy and organized growing area minimizes the risk of mold contamination. Sanitize all your tools and surfaces with a bleach solution before and after handling your mushroom cultures. This practice helps to eliminate any lingering spores that could cause problems later on. Air circulation is another crucial factor in mold prevention. Good airflow helps to keep the environment dry and less hospitable to mold growth. Mold thrives in stagnant air. Without proper ventilation, moisture can accumulate, creating the perfect conditions for mold to flourish. Ensure your growing area has adequate ventilation to prevent the buildup of moisture, which mold loves. Adjusting your ventilation system can make a significant difference in maintaining a mold-free environment. If, despite your best efforts, mold does appear, don't panic. It's important to act quickly and decisively to contain the problem. Isolate the affected substrate immediately to prevent the mold from spreading. Moving it to a different area can help protect the rest of your crop. You can try removing the moldy section with a clean spoon, ensuring you remove a generous margin around the affected area. This careful removal can sometimes save the rest of the substrate. However, if the mold is extensive, it's best to discard the entire substrate and start fresh. While it may seem like a setback, starting anew ensures that your next attempt will have a better chance of success. Remember, consistent and thorough preventative measures are key to a successful mushroom cultivation journey. By staying vigilant and proactive, you can enjoy bountiful harvests free from the threat of mold. You've patiently waited for your mushrooms to emerge, but your substrate remains stubbornly bare. This can be incredibly frustrating, especially after all the time and effort you've invested in preparing your growing environment. Don't despair. Poor fruiting is a common problem, often stemming from easily remedied environmental factors. By understanding and adjusting these factors, you can significantly improve your chances of a successful harvest. Mushrooms, unlike plants, don't photosynthesize. They derive their energy from breaking down organic matter. However, they do require a bit of light for proper development. Light acts as a signal for mushrooms to start fruiting. However, they do require a bit of light for proper development. This light doesn't need to be intense. In fact, too much direct sunlight can be harmful. Don't place them in direct sunlight, but a dimly lit area or exposure to indirect sunlight for a few hours a day can make a world of difference. This mimics the natural conditions mushrooms would experience in the wild, under the forest canopy. Temperature plays a vital role in fruiting. Each mushroom species has its own preferred temperature range, so it's important to know the specific needs of the mushrooms you're growing. Most mushrooms prefer cooler temperatures, around 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. Maintaining a stable temperature within this range is crucial for healthy growth. Fluctuations in temperature can stress the mycelium, hindering fruiting. Sudden changes can cause the mycelium to go dormant or even die off. Monitor the temperature regularly and adjust your growing environment accordingly. Using a reliable thermometer and possibly a thermostat can help you keep conditions stable. Another crucial factor is fresh air exchange. Mushrooms need a steady supply of oxygen to fruit properly, as they release carbon dioxide during their growth. Mushrooms need oxygen to fruit properly. Without adequate air exchange, carbon dioxide can build up, which can inhibit fruiting and lead to poor mushroom development. Stagnant air can inhibit fruiting. Ensuring good air circulation helps to disperse carbon dioxide and bring in fresh oxygen. Ensure good air circulation in your growing area without directly blowing air onto the mushrooms, which can dry them out. Finally, humidity is key. Mushrooms are composed mostly of water, and they need a humid environment to thrive. Mushrooms thrive in humid environments. Low humidity can cause the substrate to dry out, preventing mushrooms from forming or causing them to dry out prematurely. Aim for a relative humidity of 80 to 90%. This high level of humidity helps to keep the substrate moist and supports the delicate mycelium. You can achieve this by misting the inside of your growing container or using a humidifier. Remember, consistency is key. Regularly check the humidity levels and adjust as necessary to maintain the ideal conditions. Maintain these ideal conditions, and you'll soon be harvesting a bountiful crop of mushrooms. With patience and careful attention to your growing environment, you can overcome poor fruiting and enjoy the fruits of your labor.